Hello everybody and welcome. I am the Beta Plan and this is of course Vampyr with our Dr. Jonathan Reed, and actually I do like this background this way. But yeah, it is about time that we head to Aloysius Dawson. Off camera I've been walking around just a wee little bit just to make sure that I practice this in combat again because it's been a while, and that has actually allowed me to upgrade this perfect pump action shotgun, and I actually increased the damage one more time. 624 damage versus 184 is a incredible difference even versus my swords, so this is definitely my main damage dealer. But this has stun and this has nothing of it. I did not add the stun actually. For these weapons, well, I cannot wait to add one more aluminum plate to my inventory, because I did buy one, as I bought also 2 rivets in order to upgrade this weapon, so that I will have a 251 damage on my saber in order to have a maximum upgraded melee weapon. I will enjoy that, I can tell you that much already. But the action pump lever is definitely going to be used versus vampires, so look forward to that. Time to look around in Aloysius Dawson's mansion for realsies this time. We already entered it once, more by accident than anything else. Ransacked the place a wee little bit. Not enough apparently, because I see something shiny over here. But now it's time to see what we can do. Was it up here or is it down there indeed? We went up here because here we found that newspaper clipping that allowed us to have an additional clue. Nothing shiny at the moment. You have way too much furniture for one person, I must add. What are you gonna do with all that furniture, buddy? Hello? Forebearer? Self-portrait when you were a little younger? I do not know. We ransack the place now because we are going to follow the advice of Lady Ashbury and not embrace this man. I am not willing to do it. So, hence, we are going to make an enemy here. That is a guarantee. I already hear the grandfather clock ticking. Hey, a lock and key. I wonder if we will get access to this, because he just might go hostile.
Finally you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes, yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist such as yourself would help me to escape the Reaper.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know exactly what is going to happen to you, sir.
I can assure you I'm as informed as any man can be. I have planned for this moment, Dr. Reed. Planned very carefully.
And I still don't want to be the one to embrace him. If this brings down the pillar of community, I will do this. It's very interesting that I'm saying that, but I have to...
Sir, I'm going to end your life. Do you not wish to discuss the procedure for even a minute?
I don't have a minute to indulge in idle chatter. I can't feel my legs, and the cold, so cold.
Interesting. even more so, why in the heck are we talking as if we will embrace him? Because I do not want to be.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
What I do know is that I'll crush anyone or anything that would dare to oppose me.
This exact answer. By the way, I pronounced that incorrectly, but I don't know why we're talking as if we would embrace him, as if we would have decided this already.
You'll need to feed on warm blood. Blood from mortals. How do you feel about that?
I'm rich, Dr. Reed, and powerful. I'm sure I'll be able to acquire all the blood I need without ever having to sully my own hands.
I will become your maker. Do you understand what that means?
Well, I certainly won't consider you my liege or some such drivel. You can be assured of that.
Yeah, so you will not accept vampire laws, nor will you let anyone be in your way.
Let's move on then.
Please, I'm cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality, what would you do with such a gift?
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reed, and I will do as I please.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London, I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the sick boroughs from the healthy ones.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by mere walls.
As long as the right people are on the right side of the wall, that's all that matters.
No, it doesn't!
What if a new outbreak happens inside your walls? You'll have created a giant trap.
That won't happen. As long as we dispose of anyone that is contaminated as soon as they are spotted.
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create an apocalypse.
The apocalypse is already knocking at the gate. We must be strong now.
Who gave you the right to decide the fate of thousands of people?
My money. My money and my pending immortality gives me the needed authority, Doctor. I'm a businessman. I'm used to tough decisions.
You really plan to build a quarantine wall across London?
Yes, it will be tall and strong, separating the wheat from the chaff.
By doing so, you will also create two separate prisons.
Come, sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have proved efficient in the past.
As well as catastrophic.
Let me guess. You mean to isolate the rich from the poor?
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England must prevail, Doctor, no matter the cost.
That has nothing to do with rich or poor.
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
Oh, interesting that it says you'll sacrifice things. Yeah, we're gonna use this one. Interesting that they say embrace is I will kill you, where normally embrace is used as a term in order to make a progeny, so they'll turn this as well, but that's why I always was confused about this, but we're gonna go with this one.
Listen to me, Aloysius Dawson. You will forget your fear of dying, for it has poisoned your mind and made you bitter and ruthless since the death of your twin brother.
You don't understand. Death is oblivion, the eternal void. I know there's nothing there. I saw it in Robert's empty eyes. I saw myself in that coffin.
Death is painful for those who remain, not for those who have passed. All that occult gibberish you filled your head with has made you forget this simple truth.
No! Death will not claim me. I have the power and the money. I've acquired the arcane knowledge needed. I believe there is magic, there are dark forces. You will provide me my extension.
Your ignorance makes you a fool. You have no idea. Look at me. Hunted like a beast, my family lost, cursed. I have not escaped death, I have become it.
No, there must be a way. I don't want to go like my brother did. I have money, lots of money.
Money won't ease your mind. I know you used to be a good and generous man. So I offer you the gift of peace, Aloysius. The tranquility of a true death.
I accept your offer. And I understand. No more fear, I will die a man of dignity. And a man at peace.
Well, with that happening, that means that the Pillar of Community is dead. Although it isn't notified here yet, but he isn't moving and I can't talk to him, so no, actually he just blinked, I think. Oh, still breathing. Well, time to get ourselves completely and utterly, how shall we put this? Yeah. Yelled at by this man. Well, not yelled at, he is too uptown for that. Too righteous in etiquette. But I fear that he will now try, even if it will bring a skull about.
Is it done, Dr. Reed? Is Aloysius Dawson reborn as expected?
I'm afraid Mr. Dawson finally chose to embrace life and death as a mortal.
What do you mean?
He has overcome his fear of dying. I let him rest and wait for death to come.
What? This is unacceptable. Go back there and make him the powerful Ekon he's destined to be.
No, Lord Redgrave. As a doctor and as an immortal, I can't. If you wish to make him your progeny, then proceed on your own.
This is an outrage beyond words. This is betrayal, pure and simple. I should kill you on the spot. You swore on William Marshall's blood.
Well, get rid of me then.
From now on, you're an outcast. Vanished. You are forbidden to ever appear in front of us again. Ascalon will smite you on sight, and your heart will be thrown to the rats.
I'll leave you then. Have fun with your puppets and shadow plays, Lord Redgrave.
Yes, go, traitor, and take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be gone!
Well, protect Pembroke Hospital is the next mission. I reckon that this might be the end chapter, or close to it. We've made a very powerful enemy, and I do not feel happy about it at all. Oh my! That is a different woman. That's not Lord Ashbury. Where is Lady Ashbury? I mean, she has new dialogue available, so we definitely will go to her, but why is old Bridget here?
We meet again at the strangest of times, young Ekon. So do you serve the Earl of Bristol now?
Old Bridget, what are you doing here?
Your friend, the wise Ekon. She sent me to warn you.
Did anyone see you? It's a long way from the dock sewers, and hunters are patrolling the streets here.
Who said I took the streets? How do you think I survived for centuries in this city without ever being seen? I know all her secrets.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
She came to us in the sewers in search of answers. Just as you did.
What kind of answers did you give her?
I knew nothing of your maker, but we talked. We talked a lot. Her words and ideas are captivating. It is no surprise that you like her. I like her too.
Lady Ashbury in the sewers? Now that's a sight I wish I'd seen.
She said she was your friend, and that she sought the identity of your maker. So I answered her questions.
Lady Ashbury? You know her? Tell me what's going on.
The lady approached me but a few nights ago, wanting to meet the sewer skulls. Once she questioned Harriet Jones. She agreed to help us.
Harriet Jones is still with you then? How is she doing?
Harriet remains angry, but is recovering slowly. Her mind is twisted, but at least her body is healing.
Tell me what is going on.
The lady asked us to keep an eye on your mortal doctor friend while you were away. We spotted the hunters. They were discussing plans to attack tonight.
Wait, what?
Wait, slow down. I need to ask you something.
I'm listening, but I do not have time to waste, so be quick.
Where is Lady Ashbury right now?
She said she will go home. She needed to speak with some old friends first, though. Do not worry, young Ekon. She is no fool, and just as strong as you.
I wonder if we had chosen to embrace Aloysius Dawson, if she would have been our end boss.
How did Elizabeth find you?
She presented herself humbly at our gate, and asked if we knew of any ancestral vampires hiding in London. She asked about Ascalon. She asked about many things.
What do you think of her?
Her soul is good, yet tainted with a deep sadness, and the scars of ancient wounds. Time does that to us immortals, for we have so much to dwell upon.
Why did she come to you?
I am old Bridget, the buried memory of the city. She sought the silent truths. Truths I have kept hidden for so long.
Why do I feel like Lord Redgrave was particularly irritated to see you? Far more so than the average Skull, if I may say.
Because I used to know him quite well, and he is afraid I may remember who he really is.
You're Elizabeth's informant. You're the one who told her about Lord Redgrave's lies regarding his lineage.
Yes, but my words were not meant to hurt or threaten. I simply told the story of the sewer skulls, and of so many other forgotten children.
Are you the children then of Lord Redgrave? Are you his progeny?
No time to lose then. I must go there right away.
I shall return to my den. Have you a message for the lady? Should I see her before you?
Yes. Tell her I love her.
Is this still unknown to her? Go now and take care, young Ekon, for the flames are rising.
And as much as I appreciate it, I am going to go towards Lady Ashbury first. So for the first time, I think in this game, I'm actually gonna, darn it, put a marker here, and I'm going to follow my marker first. Actually, I don't think that's the very first time, but this one is perhaps the more important one. It seems no night has passed, so I believe the streets will be... Yep. No. Whoa. I wanted to say clear of enemies, but that is clearly not true. Oh, what am I doing? This is one of the Econ Clubs, guys. One of the true ones. Not just a random guy. Oh. By the way, why am I not doing that? Well, I'm not doing that because he resists that very strongly. Ow, ow, I'm stuck. Finally! For once it worked. It allows me to bring up my shield. No. No. Not really, but what you just did wasn't that scary. You're not the worst one to find out. that I can fight. Whitechapel. I guess we're gonna run into a few more of these guys. I am not going to be very surprised if that's gonna happen. So this may be indeed the end time for the Ascalon Club. I could use some blood here.
I'd step back, sir. Die, vermin! Oh my god!
Goodbye. So that's the God of Priwen. That's still God of Priwen. I'm just making very sure that I notice my enemies and who they are before I attack them, because if it's one of those guys from the Ascalon Club, I need to be a little bit more careful than usual. Because the last guy, Lord Finley, was quite easy, but if they have other resistances, I'm much more screwed. I hope that these guys that have unique names are not gonna respawn when the night flips over, to be honest. Oh my... No. Q, of course, the guy after I drink his blood. He is my main enemy, clearly, right? Thank you. Hey. I never opened you? That's quite a treasure. So. We can remove this. Lady Ashbury. She is a very wise woman. I'm laying it on a little thick as that I love her. I'm playing that as Dr. Jonathan Reed. I myself would find her a little bit too detached, if you will. I like a little bit more directness, perhaps. And that might be also because I myself am not extremely good at well, picking up every signal very well. So there she is. I'm sorry, darling. I will be with you in a moment. But first, I'm going to have to ransack your home because you know you might have some very good goodies around here. It is, after all, a splendid home.
It's locked, all right.
That's probably when you... To the inspiring Lady Ashbury, there are darkness in life and there are lights. You're one of the lights, the light of all lights. Bram Stoker. You're writer of Dracula. Okay. Very interesting. I want to talk to you, but I also want to open what's in there. The Blood Knight trilogy. Only a few of us remain after the shock of the Great Hunt. I was one of them. I remember how the sudden attack of the enemy caught us all by surprise. Blood was shed during those few nights. Some of us who survived chose to exile. I don't blame them, but I regret their lack of fortitude. For it is courage we need to protect the interest of the Empire. Courage we need to defend the values we stand for. Oh, sorry. The courage we need to defend the values we stand for. This is true as I said, but this is a bit weird to me. May we all remember that William Marshall himself never lowered his head. My beloved maker may be long gone, but his presence is still among us. We keep a few drops of his sacred blood to remind us of what we are and what we seek. Honor, purity, and excellence. I have the privilege of speaking with the knight many times, as his progeny and as his friend. Though we know this is not true. He spoke to me of a tier of angels, the holy beverage supposed to appease the inextinguishable hunger we all feel, that he never ceased to search, even without knowing if such artifact existed. I admire his tenacity, and it is his tenacity, this indefectible belief in something bigger than us, that will make us survive any future great hunt launched by our enemies. Ascalon will be rebuilt, always, for it is an ideal. I certainly lack a few letters, that is for certain, but there we go, that's just what I wanted. Now.
Elizabeth, I'm so happy to see you. I was so concerned.
It is also good to see you in these darkened hours. Is all well, my dear?
Indeed, we stand upon the precipice. Has the news reached you of Edgar Swansea?
No. I returned home but moments ago. What of him?
Your friend, the well-informed old Bridget, tells me the Guard of Priwen has assaulted Pembroke. I fear Edgar tops their bloody list.
Bridget? She is such a tragic figure. And yet, I sense deep inside, she has a delicate, fragile soul.
Indeed, she has. I'm glad you like her too.
Once this is all over, I will study the sewer skulls. I fear I have made terrible mistakes, founded upon erroneous preconceptions.
I was concerned for your safety. McCullum draws too close to you for my comfort.
Fear not. I've evaded the hunters for many a year, and I intend to stay far from their gases, flames, and spikes. Now, speak to me of Dawson.
I convinced Aloysius to embrace death as the ultimate gift of mortal life. I believe he found peace in the end.
The cost must have been heavy indeed. I am proud of you, my love.
Ascalon has defrocked me and threatens to hound me from the city. This was, no doubt, inevitable.
You did what you thought was right at the time. One can ask no more. The important task now at hand is to help poor Edgar.
Now I am assured of your safety. That is precisely my intention.
Good. Now go, my dear, and return with good news with the greatest haste.
Well, at least the best thing about all of this, about us losing our sister, about us being haunted, if anything, is that perhaps in the final end, Dr. Jonathan Reed has actually found himself true love. Because I have to say that Elizabeth over here, Lady Ashbury, is indeed very ahead of her time. And I can see the appeal to that. Got you in my sight. Oh! There's a lot of Priwen out here. It's interesting that the guy on the right did not attack. There he is. Oh, and he immediately comes along with his ult. That was not expected. Too bad I can't get the other guy into that same sphere. Ooh. I'm completely out of blood. You know what? I need blood, so I'm sorry, but this is going to be the way it is for a moment. You know what I also don't like? People that shout a lot. That was just to gain blood. That's gonna sting if you actually hit where I stood. Correct, but you did not, so... Personally, not so much of a problem. Are you going to do anything, sir? You've been done... I have the feeling you got a cold feet when you saw me, because you have been doing nothing but staring at me. Perhaps you are trapped? No, you are moving. Well, that is you down and out. There we go. 4 God of Prewends taken care of. With this guy still being the toughest among them. Ow. Yeah. These guys always get at least a small little hit in on me. There you go. 2 for 1.
Shit, that leech is fast.
Wish I could stun him in that mode, actually. I mean, he is stunned in a certain sense, but you know what I mean, like the true stun. You gonna gang him up here? Nope. Then we'll take you down. Right down there. So despite that I cleared out some of these streets, there are a few things that have returned. That's a skull. I'm gonna take this guy out in between. That was risky. Goodbye. Also noticeable that they are now level 32. Still, despite them being level 32, they don't feel as powerful as vampires of level 32. I should have waited there and let my stamina bar come a little bit. That missed? I got lucky there. Thank you, Blood Shield. But yeah, vampires of level 32 feel a lot more dangerous than these guys at level 32. I want to take a left here. And I need to go down this area in order to get to... Hey. Ah, this was it. This was what was glintering. Because down here there should be a dock area, if I believe. And that allows me to jump over? From this boat then. Yep. Pembroke Hospital. Here we are. Get ready for combat. Actually, he's just doing fine. Okay. Aren't they here yet? The guys on the outside are fine. There's the nurse. Do you have 1 aluminum part?
Good evening, Milk.
Good evening.
1 aluminum part is all I ask.
I'd like...
Wise choice.
You do not have aluminum parts. That's unfortunate. But nobody seems to be attacking the... Except that they have a cross on this.
Those bastards. What have they done to Edgar? Looks like he's wounded. I better follow the blood.
Okay, so everybody else is acting normal. The problem is now I'm seeing these guys in between and they're messing up a little bit the blood trail. Here's the blood trail and then where do you go? Oh, you go up. You go upstairs. Something where we first weren't allowed to go into. This door was always closed. Well, let's see if Edgar perhaps had a few moves left. Oh, this is definitely an arena. Oh, no. This is a combat arena if I ever saw one.
Ultraviolet curtains and orichalcum powder. Dr. Swansea's always been a resourceful bastard. I bet he never told you he had this installed in case of a vampire attack.
McCollum.
Says a lot about how much he trusts you.
What have you done with Edgar?
Don't worry. We don't kill humans. Even if your friend is deserving of a little punishment for what.
What are you talking about?
We know everything. Swansea and you created this bloody epidemic.
Bullshit.
To unleash another disaster, just like William Marshall did.
No, I'm trying to put an end to it. Just like you are.
You're his progeny, aren't you? Where is the monster hiding? It's still in England, isn't it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Jeffrey, please listen to me.
No tricks.
Wait.
That shit won't work on me. We found proof in the theater. Doris Fletcher was your first experiment. Now where is Marshall? Speak! So much for modern technology. Time for the tried and true.
Well, let's see if we can handle
You know
him.
what this is, Beast? This is a drop of King Arthur's blood. The blood of a true defender of Britain. Stronger than your evil powers.
This is ridiculous. We're losing precious time.
True enough. Soon I'll bring your head before your coward of a father. Freewind prevails!
I now have the serious idea that apparently he thinks that Marshall is my progeny. Sorry, my father. Also, apparently there are territories... Oh, yeah, that where I'm not supposed to step into.
Come on,
I can't see where they are thanks to this Q system. I hate this so much. I just died thanks to walking into light. The Q always makes you focus the person you want to fight. And because that you don't have any aerial recognition. Which is so bloody annoying. Yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go upstairs. We've got a lot of experience anyways. Leveling up isn't a bad idea. But apparently this McCollum has, just like this gas, has gas everywhere. And it's going to be really tough. There is no telltale sign where these things are going to come. At least as far as I noticed now. So that's going to be really difficult. Well, it's the end of the episode nearly anyway. So I guess we're going to fight him in the next episode. But... yeah, we'll try and level up a little bit. Pass the night, see if we can do something with that. I actually didn't even check what his level was. I didn't think he was that much dangerous. The biggest problem was just simply stepping into the light. There you go, unlocked. That is at least better ultimate. What are we gonna do? I don't think these syringe is really going to be it. Don't have enough experience for that though. Neither for this, I assume. What about a low thing? No. It's all about passives at this moment. Unless I really want to start a new ultimate, but you have to switch between those two as far as I know. Unless I want to go for something now that's tactical. I have never taken something tactical. Perform a supernatural move to your target and cause damage upon landing. Which is shadow damage. This is... drains your stamina to fade into the shadows and become invisible to most enemies. Yeah, but some people will still see me, and I'm sure that McCollum will do so. So I don't feel like this is handy, and neither do I think Spring is handy. So I think I'm gonna maybe be more interested in... He was blood resistant and bullet resistance, right? That's not gonna help me. That might help me. Regeneration. Because in a battle I really need to heal because I can't rely on my regeneration at this moment. Oh, when using the bite in combat, so that's not gonna help either. There we go. And then we just lack a little bit of XP to level this up one more time. Oh, actually, no. This is not 4 and this is 600. Let's just take a few more bullets with us. Let's just do it. Alright. A new night. Oh, I'm going to off camera. Death of Aloysius Dawson. Cool, we can catch this on camera. A highly respected resident of the city district passed away last night. Aloysius Dawson, co-founder and head of the Dawson & Dawson Company, at 71 years of age. It was no secret that Mr. Dawson's health had recently declined. The once joyful businessman had almost disappeared from social events since the tragic death of his twin brother. An influential man, Aloysius Dawson was also a great art collector and a concerned philanthropist. Recently he had campaigned for the audacious plan to save London from the Spanish flu by raising a quarantine wall to separate the districts and contain the epidemic. But only a few hours before his death, the magnate had given orders to cancel the construction of the wall. More surprisingly, large donations of money have been received by all major London hospitals, while equally important contributions have been made to the smaller clinics and dispensaries. Does it mean that Aloysius Dawson, a man known for his fortitude and conservative opinions, was finally touched by grace? Who could say? Only one thing is certain: all over the city, thanks to the man's late generosity, stocks of medical supplies have been replenished and the death toll has significantly been lowered in the last 24 hours. No doubt hundreds of grateful citizens will be at the St. Mary Churchyard to accompany the final journey of the benefactor. Still, because of his death, the district has gone down, and I still haven't met these two people, so I have to kind of look out for them. Wait, what? Nobody was sick in the district. Nobody was sick in the district, but I just did this in order to probably annoy me or what have you not, or to show the effect of Aloysius Dawson's health benefit package. But alright. Thank you, I guess. We're gonna have to find these two. Because I kind of feel silly that I even haven't found them. And in the next episode, I assume we're also gonna fight McCollum. And I'm gonna go and buy myself one more aluminum plate, because that also should be replenished. And we're gonna create some big ass serums, because we're gonna need them. I'm gonna make one more of this. Alright. I'll see you in the next episode, hopefully. And until that time, I say thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.